Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. Jack, I love boobs.
I'm dying, Horatio.
Stop that. It's getting silly.
Is there a doctor in the house?
I don't know. Is Keith here
Frosted gets the reference.
It would be a shame if someone were to call the fire marshal.
yet?
Moonshock.
Do not ever, ever, ever eat around me loudly, or else you will be in trouble with me.
Because he'll beat off.
Ah. Shut up, you asshole.
Moon is into mukbang, but he doesn't like to admit it.
No, I'm not. No, God, no. No, that's my biggest pet peeve, so don't even think about implying that. Ugh,
Terry Diamantis.
disgusting.
I actually go by Ultimate Coon these days.
I thought you were a subconscious coon.
Well, I was, but then I embraced my inner coon and brought it to the surface.
And this week's special guest, Hate Camel.
Hello, Frosted. Hello, Terry. Hello, Moon. Hello, Boobs. Hi, chat.
Well, as you guys know, one of the most difficult things you could possibly go through is being misgendered.
Oh, that is awful.
Yeah.
I've
And-
been misgendered before. Someone called me a Zer.
Zer, wasn't he the main bad guy in the last Starfighter?
No, in Toy Story 2. And
Actually, he was. He was the main guy. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
so what do you think would be the worst time to get misgendered?
On the toilet.
When you're about to put it in, and
You were close, but the worst time to get misgendered is when you're giving birth.
Wow.
what?
True.
For fuck's sake.
Not this story.
Yes, this story.
Oh, is that supposed to be a dude right there, but it's actually a woman?
Hmm.
The father gives birth. No, sorry, you are a woman through and through.
Transgender man gives birth, wants people to stop associating pregnancy with being a woman.
Oh,
Damn
is that
straight.
so? Are they also telling people to stop associating intelligence with having a goddamn brain?
Father gives birth in October 2020, and he still struggles with the trauma of being misgendered.
You're not a
trauma.
man.
The trauma.
Do you guys remember, like a long time ago, there was this rumor that there was like a stipulation in Walt Disney's will that the first man to give birth would get like a half of his fortune or something ridiculous like that?
No.
I've
I
never heard
remember
of it.
hearing that rumor a long time ago, and I have no idea where it came from.
Okay, first of all, I would love to know how this man delivered this child. Was it a cesarean or was it a natural? If this guy has a manly organ, did he
He
deliver?
has a manly vagina like all good men.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because if this guy had himself a manly penis, did he deliver this baby through said penis? Because that would be a goddamn record, and then I would definitely call this person a man. Otherwise, no, you're a woman.
A penis baby.
Uh-huh.
Bennett Casper Williams, a transgender man, delivered a healthy baby boy in 2020. He and his husband, Malik, a villain from Knights of the Old Republic, apparently,
Yeah.
couldn't contain their excitement when their son arrived healthy. However, everything didn't go as planned, and it is something that was preventable. The couple demands for the healthcare system as a whole to exercise respect for transgender patients.
No.
In the process of delivering his son, Hudson, Bennett experienced body dysphoria by being misgendered and referred to as a mother.
Oh, I'm sorry. So pushing a baby through your vagina didn't cause you body dysphoria, but being called a woman did?
Correct.
Whatever.
It was his
Jesus
manly
H.
vagina,
Christ.
so that was okay. But then
Yeah.
someone offended him deeply by using the wrong pronoun.
What the
I would love
fuck
to
is
sit this
wrong with
person
people?
down. I would love to sit this person down and make them watch like Kindergarten Cop, just for that one scene.
Yeah.
We
Or
need to
just
find.
have it on playback over and over and over again.
We gotta find a guy who's willing to bite the bullet and just show these people that they're women once and for all.
Better
Just
yet, like Junior, that other
Oh yeah, when
Schwarzenegger
Arnold got-
movie.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Casper Williams wants the healthcare industry to know how disrespectful it is to misgender a person, and how important it is to their mental health to respect their chosen gender.
Okay, you've just identified the problem, mental health, which means you are a fucking mental case. You need to go get help. You don't need to be changing your
Yeah.
gender, dude.
Mentality does not define your sex. I'm sorry, but sex defines how you are treated. Sex defines what you are called. This gender stuff, the differentiation between gender and sex is bullshit. I'm just gonna call you by your sex, and that is something that science is very, very clear about.
His
So
ovaries.
Jack is like George Michael. He wants your sex.
Yep. According to The Sun, Casper Williams realized he was trans in 2011, and 3 years later he started his transition. In 2017, he met his husband, Malik, and they married in 2019.
Okay, did he just wake up one day like, oh, I feel like I'm a woman today, or I feel like I'm a man today?
Yeah, basically.
Does it just
Also,
dawn on you?
Why did they feel the urge to refer to this person as his husband Malik twice in a row?
Because they really want to push that through. Like, hey, it's his husband.
Well, I mean, if this person identifies as a man, why did they do the hyphenated last name like a woman?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm thinking he or she just listened to the "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" song too many times.
I have a question. I have a question. If you start out life with female sexual organs and you are thought of as a female, how do you suddenly know what it's like to be a man?
You watch Daniel Blake.
How can
He
you?
was a man.
How do you know? How do you know what it is to be a man if you have nothing in your life connecting you to being a man?
I mean, I saw Soul Man when I was growing up, so I know what what it's like to identify as a black man, right? That's how this works now, isn't it?
Have you guys heard of Nora Vincent? She was like a lesbian who decided
Yes,
to
I have. I've heard of that
live as a
person.
man, and like she was like couldn't believe how different it was from her expectations of what it was going to be like. It was like,
Yeah.
Was depressed with like in a month, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. Men are treated in society as being totally disposable.
Yeah.
And women have no idea of this.
Well, there was another one recently. It wasn't like a full-on undercover, living as a man for a year. It was just some woman who was helping her brother with his dating profile, and she got
yeah, I heard about
depressed
that.
because, like, no matter how much effort she put into his dating profile, he wasn't getting any matches. And she thought, like, oh, it's easy. I mean, I get matches all the time. It's like, yeah, there's a big difference there. Can you guess what it might be?
There's a channel on YouTube called Alexander Grace, and he did the same thing. He got his female friend to use photos of him and set up a profile in his name and said, "See how many matches you get." And like, he's an average-looking guy. He's like not ugly, he's not handsome. He's just middle of the road. And she's like,
Nothing.
"Oh, I'll get heaps. It's easy." And then like she was like, "No one is talking to me. What's wrong with me?" Like, just taking it really personally that she couldn't get any matches. It's like, no, this is what it's like for all dudes.
Man.
It reminds me of a episode of House. Like they all went on like speed dating, and they had the one Australian doctor who's like supposed to be like the good looking one of the group. Like they said, like you can't mention you're a doctor. You can't you got to be like an idiot pretty much. So he's just sitting there like, yeah, I just sit around, play video games all day, and he got tons of matches. And
Now,
the other guy
now
just sitting there like,
people with legitimate dysphoria, I feel a lot of sympathy towards. I don't believe that they are another sex than what they actually are.
Well,
But if I know them well enough and it's obvious that they make the effort and all that, I will refer to them how they want to be referred to. But if it's just some person who just slaps on a dress and says, "I'm a girl now," no.
well, people with
no, you're-
dysphoria aren't going to do this shit either. They're not going to make a big ass fuss about it because they don't want to
Exactly.
be seen. They don't need
It's-
publicity. To
I
them,
was
Exactly.
gonna say,
Yeah,
this-
to them, isn't it?
There is a show. This is a show. This is not real.
Yes, this is just going along and I can't remember what the term that they use. This is just the new thing that everybody has to do. I want. Oh, look, I'm transgender. I just figured it out yesterday. I want to be trans trender. That's what it is. It's such a big thing. Go out and make yourself a trans. Because everybody's doing it. I want it too. No, these people right here,
I
they
can
just want
believe Jim
attention.
Sterling. Jim Sterling, if you guys know who he is, decided to be trans, and his entire effort at being a woman is wearing makeup and a wig.
Yeah.
I don't know who that
well,
is.
like this person right here, this Bennett
Whatever.
Williams. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the hyphenated. Bennett Williams. I would give that person benefit of the doubt. I would respect their pronouns. Refer to them as a man, so on and so forth. Right.
Mhm.
Right up until this. Then it's like, what the fuck do you expect? You just had them cut a kid out of you.
Well,
That
the
doesn't
next-
happen with dudes.
Yeah, the
You know-
next frame exactly why this person is not a man.
This
When
is it's. Oh, sorry.
When the couple decided they wanted to have children, they weighed all their options. For Bennett to conceive a child, he would have to stop testosterone hormone therapy, which would enable his ovaries to function.
Ding, 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 ding. Testosterone hormone therapy. His ovaries? No, only women have ovaries. And if you need to be a man, you don't need to be on testosterone hormone therapy.
But there are people with different chromosomes and genetic defects that make them not like the 99.9999% of other people. So because there are people like that, then we should just accept whatever crazy says they're a different gender for any reason at all.
No,
But
and
Moon, I'm a man, and maybe I want to go on testosterone therapy because I want to get jacked. I mean,
yeah, but thing is, this person, this quote unquote man, will always have two X's for chromosomes. That will never change. You can take as much fucking testosterone as you want, but the second that you stop, your body is going to go back to your normal, natural gender, which is female. And this person even said just now, well, I'm going to stop my testosterone hormone therapy and go back to being a woman for a moment, and then I'm going to go back on. You're confusing the fuck out of your body. I would not be a bit surprised if this person dies very, very early. You don't do this to yourself. Ever.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Australia episode of The Simpsons where they go to the American embassy and they're getting toured around and they see the toilet flushing, and they put on like turbo jets onto the toilet to make it flush
the right way
in the correct direction. That's effectively what transgenderism is to me. Oh, you're not, you are the right gender. We're gonna do all this shit to make you the right gender.
Well, and I don't know if it's going to say something further down in this article, but does this person actually have a full transition? Like, does this person put on a fake dick out of some thigh muscle or whatever? Or does this person just get rid of his boobs and he still has the female equipment downstairs? Why do I get the feeling that the latter is what he has? And I'm not going to call this guy he because this article tells me to, but because if you don't, then, hey, look, your channel's toast. You got to respect the pronouns.
Let's find out. Bennett had surgery in 2014 to remove his breasts to complete his transition. That's right. He went.
Yeah, but
he
he
did
still
it
has a
twice,
vagina.
Moon.
Yeah, well, no. See, shut up.
Well, what got me was like you saw that picture up at the top of the article. Like they still had their nipples. Normally, you don't see somebody's had their
If-
breasts removed that still have them.
There's different kinds of mastectomies. Like if you got like mine, then they take everything off, including the nipple. But for this person, it would look like they probably just removed a lot of the breast tissue and fat, and they still remain some of the nipple, or they took the nipple off, they reshaped it, and then put it to make it look like it's a man one.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
Moonshock
all the
all
ones
about
that
tits.
all the ones
Yeah.
I've seen, people transitioned
Yeah.
and they've had the breast removed. You just got that nice big scar like across the
Mhm.
chest.
Yeah. Some people also actually get tattoos of nipples on there too, and some of them look pretty realistic, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's gotta be weird for a dude on a drunken hookup, like trying to
Yeah.
go. Hey, wait a second.
You know,
But-
if you get them in like kind of like red and blue, like shifted, then when you put on 3D glasses, it'll look like it's cold in that room.
Well, and what I have another problem I have with this paragraph here is remove his breast to complete his transition. So basically, you get rid of your boobs, and all of a sudden you're a man.
Yep. It's that easy.
No, you
Are they
have-
saying you can't? Are they saying you can't be a man if you have breasts?
Oh,
That's awful
yes.
transphobic.
It's
so does that mean that
it's-
I'm halfway to being a woman since I had one of mine removed?
No,
That's
you're
right.
halfway
Really
being a
still-
man.
it's really silly because these are the same people who will tell you don't know what my experience is like, and yet if you claim to know their experience because you are them all of a sudden for no fucking reason, then all of a sudden you know their experience by definition somehow. It makes no sense. Nothing these people say makes any sense.
No, and that's also why this article irritates me so much. There's just so much about it that person that penned this article to me. Oh my God! I'm so envious and so happy. How can I be this way? No, this is just yet another example of just how crazy stupid this world is getting, and these people are just clapping him through the gates, like, "Oh, you're so stunning, so brave. I want to be like you." Continue.
Once they decided to have a child together, they got pregnant fairly quickly. Hudson
Okay.
arrived healthy in 2020 via cesarean section. They pussed out.
Uh-huh.
It was really
Actually, they didn't. That's why they had a cesarean.
Man,
Well played.
That was a
Well
good
done,
one.
sir.
it was really liberating. I had this feeling that it was something that I needed to do, but I never had a self-hatred of my breasts, like some trans people. I had no dysphoria about certain body parts and still don't, Bennett explained.
You know,
Okay,
It's
so
so
basically, you're a drag queen, is what you're saying.
They are so transgender that they don't even have dysphoria. That's impressive.
No, it's a
No,
drag king.
No, see, I have the self-hatred of my body because of my breasts, so I had to have one removed. That cancer was so angry.
Well, now you can identify as an Amazon.
Yeah. But I never could have anticipated what a relief it would be to find them gone. It was a huge weight off my shoulders.
What, like you just woke
Is
up
that
one day?
deliberate?
Oh, my
Did you-
tits are gone! Yoo-hoo!
Do you think that weight off my shoulders was deliberate?
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
I imagine it's probably more weight off of their back, but
Uh-huh.
okay.
I see what you did there.
Bennett felt a relief living life as a man, something he had never experienced as a woman.
Because you were a
Well,
woman,
obviously.
dumb fuck. Oh my God.
However, his doctors and medical team misgendered him, and it made him feel dysphoric about his changing body.
What?
I thought I thought they said they didn't have any dysphoria. Is
Yeah,
it only when someone says she? Oh no, I've got it.
that
Yeah,
looks like a
apparently.
fat man. That doesn't look like a pregnant man. That looks just like a man that's fat.
Those are weird looking nipples.
Yeah, those are reshaped woman nipples.
This person is overcompensating, I think.
Yeah, this is complete bullshit. That is not a fucking man. That is a woman that has fucking fake ass testosterone therapy and introduced beard hair. Scroll up again. I want to see that person's neck. Does this person have a fucking Adam's apple like Riley Dennis does, or is this? I gotta see this shit. Nope, that's a woman's neck, and those are woman's shoulders. Sorry, dude, you're a woman. Plain and simple.
That is a man's beer gut. I will give them credit for that.
Yeah.
He always knew his body could achieve pregnancy, but it wasn't a straightforward process. Bennett said in his mind he associated pregnancy with being biologically female, so it took some time for him to come to terms with pregnancy.
It is that. That is it. It is the thing that it is.
Well, then explain how this man gave birth.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I can, but it's going to get your channel scrubbed.
Well, I want to know if this person actually had bottom surgery, which makes me think he doesn't, because he still has his ovaries. Because every man has ovaries.
Well, they didn't mention doing in vitro or whatever, so I'm guessing she's still got the same downstairs.
Yeah, there's still a uterus there.
They are very masculine ovaries.
So
it was a very masculine vagina.
If they're so manly, or these ovaries are so manly, if you punch them down, it's like kicking somebody in the nuts. It's like, oh, my ovaries.
It was a mangina.
That's what he calls it.
Don't talk shit about the mangina. That's the ultimate pickup routine.
The greatest seduction technique ever.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. That one.
Man hair.
Bennett finally concluded his body was a vessel to parenthood, and having a child didn't make him any less a man.
Actually, yes, it does.
Quite a bit.
Beg to disagree. Actually, no, I wouldn't beg. I just disagree. Go fuck yourself.
That's when he accepted his new journey. No one can ever really know whether having children is possible until you try. Being born with a uterus doesn't make conceiving or carrying a certainty, Casper Williams explained.
It does greatly improve the odds, though.
It does.
About like 100%.
Yeah, a little bit. That's why it's so important that we stop defining womanhood in terms of motherhood, because it's a false equivalency that all women can become mothers, that all mothers carry their children, or that all people who carry children are mothers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah.
Okay, you were okay with the first thought there, because it is literally true that not all women can give birth.
Sure.
But all people who give birth are factually women.
Yes, that is absolutely
The statement
correct.
doesn't reverse like you say it does.
But what if they identify as men, Jack? That's what you're not considering.
Then they're liars and they're cheats and they're idiots.
You can say that I identify as a fucking end table, but I'm not going to treat you like one unless you really want me to put shit on your head.
And they're attention whores. They're whores, Terry. The lot of them are whores.
Okay, fine. How about if I say I identify you as an anvil, and I'll go smack you on the top of the head with a hammer, just because, oh look, I'm respecting your pronoun of anvil, so there you go, bong.
Well, I mean, to kind of jump on with the last thing that Jack said, that last line, or that all people who carry children are mothers. No, like Jack said, some of them are whores that are just incubating wards of the state. I will give them the first point and the last point. Where we disagree is in the middle.
According to Daily Mail, Bennett found out he was pregnant in March 2020, which was the beginning of the country's lockdown. He recalled feeling anxiety about keeping his baby safe from COVID-19.
Oh, it's already safe. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, you mean that this person is a COVID psycho too? Color me shocked!
Maybe he should have done the world a favor and put a fucking plastic bag over his head and made sure that he was always safe from COVID and the world.
The baby's gonna have COVID. I need to kill the baby so it doesn't get COVID.
Hey, killing the baby will prevent it from catching COVID. That is undeniable fact.
Yeah, it is true. Despite his fears, Hudson arrived in October with no complications.
You know, if this person really wants to give trans rights, they should ensure trans right to abortion.
This kid is going to be completely fucked up.
I am the first man to receive an abortion.
You know that it'll happen someday.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it will.
So is this kid on the birth certificate going to have 2 men? You know,
I don't know. Depends on what state they're in.
that is true, but still, I
State
can
of denial,
imagine.
Frosted. They're in a state of denial.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the birth certificate, say you were born to a man. What?
Mr. Dax says my pronouns are whore, whores, whorecell.
Bennett's message to healthcare workers. Casper Williams said even with a full beard and flat chest, the hospital misgendered him, referring to him as a mother and a she.
Because you are a woman.
Because that's factually what you are.
He said he didn't feel dysphoria about his body until the hospital continually misgendered him. That's when he decided it's time for a change and to remove the notion that only women can give birth.
Whatever, dude.
I mean, like the swollen ankles, the morning sickness, none of the weird cravings for disgusting foods. None of that gave them any kind of dysphoria about their body. But as soon as somebody said, "Hey, the mom in here needs a new IV,"
Stop it! You're triggering them. Well, yeah.
Well, I my other question is, if this is, and it really does sound to me like there is no bottom surgery here. So these men had completely heterosexual sex in order to conceive this child.
No, it was gay sex because it was with a man. It was a man with a vagina.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree.
It
with
was
you on
gay
that.
vaginal sex.
Gay
Correct.
vaginal sex. Thank you.
What I think perhaps the most upsetting thing about all of this is that there is zero understanding from these people. They refuse to accept that there is legitimate confusion to be had, that this phenomenon that is less than a decade old, that totally contradicts 20,000 years of evolutionary process. Well, not just 20,000, basically ever since,
ever since we climbed out of the
asexual
tree.
reproduction stopped being the norm.
To quote Ned Beatty, since man crawled out of the slime.
There you go.
Oh, network, excellent. But the point being is that this has been a thing for all time. They are totally 100% contradicting it and acting as though that they should be understood by right and everybody else is just being ridiculous. I mean, come on. Where do you get the nerve, the ego to act like that?
Hashtag sad rights now.
Well, the only animal I know of that where the male can give birth are seahorses. So maybe he's a seahorse.
However, that being said, that still doesn't mean that they were conceived in his body.
I like the idea that the whole seahorses, the male gives birth is because they didn't want to realize they fucked up and got the genders wrong. It's like, what's that? What's that seahorse? Oh, that's a man. Looks pregnant. The men get pregnant in seahorses. That's what that is.
Well, they also get pregnant. If anybody ever remembers that old show, Alien Nation, the men also gave birth too. However, they still had heterosexual sex to conceive the child, or then it turned into this fucking pod and pouches and all that kind of shit. So there was still heterosexual sex involved here. No homo like this. This is completely out of the fucking spectrum of normalcy. This is, oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you people? And this author whoever the hell this author is, I did not even bother to get a picture of this person because at this
It's
point in time, I really don't fucking care. But
it's
oh my
it's
god,
how it's how we know that these people are being very disingenuous when they make arguments like this. They refuse to acknowledge that there's a history here, that there's history that has guided these decisions in the past, and that they just suddenly come in with their totally different way of defining things that doesn't make any sense, and they just pretend that it's their right for us to totally change the way that we think about the world. That they have the right to dominate your thoughts.
yeah.
Pardon me, but fuck you.
Nothing about being pregnant felt feminine to me. In fact, I think
Uh-huh.
carrying a child, isolated due to the pandemic, and facing all the hospitals and appointments alone was the absolute toughest, bravest thing I've ever done.
Oh,
Nothing says masculinity like getting pregnant, giving birth.
You
Ben
hear
had
that, everybody?
explained.
All the single moms that gave birth throughout the pandemic, they're all men now.
yeah, so stunning, so brave.
Nothing feels stronger than being able to say I'm a dad who created my own child.
You're
It's a shame you
not
can't
a
actually
dad.
say that.
So you're Dr.
Uh,
Frankenstein.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Frankenstein.
I was gonna say,
aside from the fact that she is totally discounting the role that men play in the process of creating life. Because guess what? We all create. Every child is created in part from a man.
No,
Ooh, that's hate speech.
No, they're all unimportant. It's
you know
women
what
and
just
women
occurred
alone.
to me? Something that just occurred to me is why don't we send every single writer from Medium over to the Middle East into these big Islam or Muslim countries and see what happens to them there? See how long they
Well,
last.
the Saudi Arabians will become woke. What
I-
probably happened?
Yeah.
I was told that it's the religion of peace. I'm sure that nothing bad will happen to them.
Exactly.
It's a paradise for transgender people. I'm sure.
Yeah, how come instead of weapons, Biden couldn't have left them behind in Afghanistan?
So this man, does this man have to go and have regular prostate exams? Does this man have to have his balls squeezed?
It's an honorary prostate. You get
Yeah.
one for transitioning.
Does he have to go in and have regular pap smears? Oh wait,
No. It's transphobic for him to get a pap smear.
Oh,
Is Moon offering to squeeze this person's balls?
It sounds like it.
Well, if there's no
Just
balls
close your
there to
eyes and think
squeeze,
of Garrett.
Yeah.
Mr. Dax says, fun fact for actual men, getting a positive from a peon test might indicate testicular cancer. Well, also fun fact, if your internet is giving you a positive test, it might indicate you're reading a Medium article.
Bennett hopes by sharing his story, healthcare workers will change how they approach transgender parents and refer to them by their chosen sex and pronouns, ending the stereotype that only mothers give birth.
Okay, just because you choose whatever gender you want doesn't mean that you actually are. There's a big difference here, pal.
Men can
And stereotypes
hope for
exist
anything
for a
they
reason.
want.
I gotta. Who the fuck is this person anyway? Chrissy Marie Massey. That name sounds familiar. Have we read a previous article with this dumb bitch?
I don't know. All right, but with the end of the first article comes the first game. And that game is Sad Libs.
The best game ever.
Second best.
And that's where I take 4 headlines from Medium and take out one word, and you guys have to fill in that one word Mad Lib style. And then the chat will vote on which one is the best. So, Jack, I need a living thing plural. Shut up.
Boobies!
You're gonna
Those aren't
say
living things. They're part of
No.
living things.
yes.
Oh.
Boobs
Well,
aren't sentient.
unless we're counting the birds. But no, then you'll have to come back to me because I was wasting my time thinking of boobies.
I mean, I was thinking of the bird.
All right. And Moon, I need an adjective.
Gay.
All right. Terry, I need a living thing.
I'll follow the lead from the article and go faggot.
All right. Camel, I
Okay,
need
wait, hold on. Negroes. The old-fashioned, because I want to see if that plays into it at all.
Gay faggot. So far, we have those two.
And Camel, I need a past tense verb.
It's a living thing.
Past tense verb. I mean, with the words on the board already, I feel like I have to go with fucked.
So we have a Negro gay faggot fucked.
All right. Jax is guns don't kill people. Negroes kill people.
Jack wins.
Yes! Yes!
Hold on a second.
Wow, Jack, that's messed up.
Jack wins. I don't even need to see the others.
Jack wins.
All right. And the next one, and Moon's is 4 ways that American Islam is more gay than American Christianity.
Oh man, that's good.
Mm.
All right. And Terry's, I'm a trans woman, but I function best as a faggot.
We may have called this one too early.
This is great. This is like the best sad libs of all time.
Got an embarrassment of riches here. All right. And Camel's is black fathers weren't removed from the home. They fucked.
Oh, someone screenshot right there.
I'm gonna call it. This is the greatest sad libs of all time.
All 4 win.
All of them. All of them are amazing.
All right,
Actually, mine isn't as good as the other 3, but oh my god, this is still hilarious. This is freaking awesome.
all right. And I just put a poll in the chat for which one is best.
That is fantastic.
Oh man, it's difficult. It's got to be between me and Terry. I think it's got to be between me and Terry. I'm gonna be a sport and give my vote to Terry.
But I function best as a faggot.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Looks like Terry's in the lead, followed by Jack.
Oh god. Negroes kill people.
I think the only problem with Moons is that it's very wordy compared to the rest.
It's still funny.
If they could condense that idea down a little more.
Yeah.
You know, there's this actually. The first one reminds me of this. It was done by Juggernaut. Somebody. Basically, it was this black guy. He overdubbed this Power Rangers, like many different Power Ranger scenes, and the Black Ranger says, "Guns don't kill people. Black motherfuckers with guns kill people."
You just reminded me. There's a clip of Dragon Ball where they're like, "Hold your fire. This man isn't black."
Yeah, Drunkle uses that one as a donation.
I thought that was a Sinatra donation, or is it Drunkle?
I don't watch Sinatra, so I don't know.
Right.
That's a Drunkle one.
How are there 28 votes but only 22 people watching?
I don't know. I think this election is fortified.
Yeah.
But I'll call it here. But it looks like Terry won with Jack close behind.
So basically, what you're saying is that the faggot wins over the Negro.
I feel no shame. All of these were amazing.
Yes, this is the best one ever. See, this one needs to be tweeted out and see how long your account lasts.
I'll just blur out all of the answers.
And for $9.95, you can see the answers.
Yeah, that the corner OnlyFans account.
Channel strike coming in 3, 2, 1.
All right, and now time for our second article. Are you black friendly?
No, they fucked. Remember? Right there.
I'm a subconscious coon, so I'm very friendly to the blacks.
Yeah.
Folks.
You are? Then put it in your Craigslist housing ads and on your shop windows while you're at it. Just don't be a poser.
All right. Who's this motherfucker?
Have any Craigslist housing ads or a shop?
Is this MJ Adria?
Adia.
Adia, yeah.
Spell that for me, please.
ADIA.
Thank you. MJ Adia. All right. Oh, God. Oh, never mind. That's not the person I thought it was.
Heat, internet, water included. We are queer friendly. This is what I read as I scoured the Craigslist housing section. I've seen this declaration many times, and I like it, even though it gives me some questions about other things, like race, for example. My mind began to wander, and I started to think, have I ever seen a sign or an ad on Craigslist that ended with, "We are black friendly," or "We are POC friendly"? Not surprisingly, I have not.
So you've never been to a black-owned business, then?
Mm-hmm. Just put in the ad, niggers not banned. There you go.
Well, this I put a link to the person's picture in this one. I mean, she doesn't look bad. It's just her description says mixed race adopted woman living in Peru, LICSW, whatever the fuck that is. And I love my cat named Ratatouille.
Ugh.
Yeah,
that movie isn't even good. I
would say it's the worst Pixar movie, but they all kind of suck these days.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of shitty since Wall-E.
I like that people feel they can declare their queer friendliness. Sometimes I read it as the person who posted the ad is queer, and sometimes that they are not queer, but are allies.
Mr. Dax, shame on you, black friendly KFC.
Well, Dax is being an ally. Dax is being an ally.
Does anyone remember that like fake news story where it's a Popeyes, a local Popeyes runs out of chicken for a day, and so it shows black people freaking out all over the place. Where am I gonna eat? Well, and then all of a sudden it cuts to a white guy and he says, I'll just go get some pizza down the road. It's no big deal.
Well, for that's something similar to that was on this big run of just really funny gifts. The first it had that your basic red shirt in Star Trek Next Generation. He was manning the con. He looks down at the screen, then it says KFC closes. Then all of a sudden he starts having that big seizure, and then he jumps out of his chair.
So if you had a KFC and a Planned Parenthood, that would be like the perfect black neighborhood, right?
Maybe the two are related.
I remember thinking, what would happen if I did see an ad that said black friendly or POC friendly? Would I be suspicious, or would it fill me with ease?
I would get offended because that's what I do.
Actually, it's funny. It's funny. And there's a city south of us here. It's called White's Fried Chicken.
I bet that you could find articles. Holy
Peter,
shit.
what are you doing?
I bet you could
smoking crack. Where'd you get crack? From blacks? What?
I remember that episode.
I bet you could find articles on Medium that are both like One's like, I saw a black friendly sign and I felt unwelcome. And then it's like, why don't I see more black friendly signs around the city? I feel unwelcome everywhere.
Is that the same episode where Peter smokes a bunch of crystal meth and he goes, "I'm so fucking ready," and then he like launches up into the air?
I don't remember that, but like they cut away and come back to him, and he's just sitting there shaking in the floor. Government came and took my baby.
Yes.
I'm so bad. I'm sorry.
That's back when I still used to watch Family Guy. Though. It's been a while.
I do not remember this episode at all. Then again, I didn't watch it enough to really do that, but still.
Digging slightly below the surface, my foot lands in the knowledge that most people simply aren't POC or black friendly. So clearly
Most people don't give a shit.
So clearly they won't declare it to be true. If you put black or POC friendly in your tagline, that would mean you want black or POC in your home or your establishment.
The cotton won't pick itself.
Jesus.
Wow.
Like you enjoy and invite having black or POC people around you. Most folks run in the opposite direction when given the chance to be black friendly. They rush to create copycat insults like all lives matter, trying not to be unfair to everyone else.
Dude, you do realize that there are more people in the world than just black people, right? You do realize that you can be friendly to a whole bunch of different people, and if you put all those names on a list and said you were friendly towards all of them, it'd be like a fucking essay.
Jack, there's two types of people. There's black people and there's bad people. When will you learn?
It's so insulting that a human being can totally disacknowledge that there are other people around them that don't look like them. I mean how? It's
This person
unreal.
lives in Peru, right? Didn't they say they live in Peru?
Moonshock,
Don't they have more important shit to worry about than?
You would think.
Yeah. Don't they gotta like fight off conquistadors or something? I don't know.
Wrong side of the continent.
They gotta avoid like the cartels trying to get them to mule their Peruvian marching powder. And, there's probably some kind of like communist takeover happening. I don't know. Man, they got more shit to worry about than
as
somebody putting a sign up.
gonna fuck you up.
As long as the cartels have Black Lives Matter on their shirts, it's cool.
Yeah, they can make you swallow 12 condoms full of cocaine if they just say that they're POC friendly, right?
Shouldn't they be Brown Lives Matter though down there?
I don't know.
I really don't give a shit about Peru, so I couldn't tell you.
Someone Google what color Peruvians are.
Okay.
Is that the one that? No, that's Argentina that had all the Nazis.
Color are Peru.
So then I ran to Google. I wanted to see whether people have started using the phrase black friendly to mean that someone would be welcoming to POC in one's home.
No, because I don't want to be called racist.
There actually is a color called Peru, and it is a shade of orange.
There you go.
So they're all Trump supporters. Is what you're saying.
Off the website.
No wonder she's in such fear of her life.
This Moonshock, was this off the website peoplecolors.net?
No. I just did a Google search of what color are Peruvians, and the very first one said the color Peru with a hexadecimal color code of CD853F is a shade of orange.
Yeah, like
This
if
has
I was
got to be a website now. Peoplecolors.net.
Oh, I gotta find this.
yeah, like if I was black and I saw like black friendly or something, I would treat that like seeing a sign that said like not a serial killer. Like I would just be suspicious. Like why do you have to say that you're not that you're okay with this or whatever?
It's like going on a dating
What?
website and seeing a sign, seeing a profile that says "not a date rapist."
Yeah.
Well, that should be encouraging. They're not going to date rape you.
Yeah, no. You go up to your drug
Does
dealer.
this
He
drink
says,
taste a
"Don't
little
worry,
funny to
I'm
you?"
not a cop."
see. I saw many interesting articles about black-friendly cities and the friendliest cities for black people. That's a start, but it's not exactly the same as someone opening their home to strangers and declaring, I want black or POC in my house.
I'm not opening my home to white strangers either, lady. What the fuck is your problem?
Why do I wonder when this person looks up the most black friendly cities in America. I wonder what's at the top of the list. Chicago,
Baltimore,
I will look
Detroit,
that up.
Atlanta.
I will look that up. What is the blackest?
Well, as Terry alluded to earlier, last time people said, I want black or POC in my house, we kind of had a civil war over it.
It's New York City.
Yes.
New York City, followed by Chicago, and then Detroit, and then Philadelphia, Houston.
Yeah, Chicago, as long as you don't mind getting shot.
Well, just stay away from the subway. That's mega country.
Yeah.
Now, percentage-wise, however, it is someplace in Georgia called South Fulton, which is 93%.
That's like a suburb of Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and then Jackson, Mississippi, and then Detroit again. Detroit, damn, you taking the top two, buddy.
Well, I just think it's funny. Like they say, like the friendliest to black cities, and they have Chicago, which is known as Chirac, and Philadelphia, which is known as Philadelphia.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah, the deadliest cities in America to live in are black friendly.
And I'm
Well, at
sure
least
once they
have
figure
that
out
going for them.
I'm sure once a marketing department cooks up a name for Baltimore, they'll slap that on them too.
Oh, there's a
It-
town in Mississippi called Falcon. It has 316 black people and 1 white person.
It would be the best list ever if they had Philadelphia crossed out and replaced with Bel Air.
I mean, if you can survive for long enough in any of these cities, I'm sure they're very friendly to black people.
I think I have met some people who are black and POC friendly. Would-
Chicago. Shame on you, Keith.
Would they put that tagline at the bottom of a housemate search? Maybe I should ask one of them. I wonder if... Oh, gotta wait for the train to go by.
They must be chasing somebody who's escaped one of the COVID death camps.
Yeah. I wonder if my college politics professor would have put that on his housemate ad. Psych, of course he would.
They're coming back.
Damn, you live next to a drag strip or something?
They found us.
Terry lives by he lives in an underpass by the airport.
He lives in a van down by the river.
Terry reporting live from the set of Fast and the Furious.
And did this person seriously just say psych? Who even
Yes, they
says
did.
that anymore?
Yeah.
No,
Apparently
his
they're
cousin does.
apparently
Oh
they
my
lived in the
God.
90s.
No shit.
Well, I mean, it is Peru. Do they even have running water yet?
Yeah. Of course he wouldn't, but he might believe he is black friendly. A liberal man with bushy eyebrows and an eye-piercing comb-over. He leaned his brown elbow-patched arms on the wooden table in my 850... Wait, is this going to turn into, like, 50 Shades of Grey thing or something?
I'm trying to understand what an eye piercing comb over is. Does he have an eye piercing and a comb over, and they just forgot a comma? Or does he use like a lot of hair gel and like really spikes his comb over to where it could take out an eye?
Like, eye-catching comb-over would make sense.
I think this person is just trying to put their English degree to good use.
Yeah.
Camel Will says they have running water when it rains.
Why did they say it? We shall overcome. I mean, shall is so passive. It really should be we will overcome.
Oh my God, semantics.
One's will should actively push for change. Then he went into a tirade about how affirmative action makes POC feel bad because people will assume their acceptance into prestigious institutions was based on their race. Because it was.
That's actually a real thing.
Now, why haven't they substituted the C for an X now and so call them pox? Since they're doing the Latinx and all that other kind of shit, why not just make them pox?
No, they would probably replace the O with an X.
Yeah.
It'll be.
I remember there was a Stephen Crowder changed my mind where he was talking to this black student and she was saying, "Yeah, I'm probably only in for my race," and like talking to it, he's like, "No, you sound like you're really smart. I'm sure you got it here on merit." And he's like, "Yeah, but he's like, you could tell that she was convinced. No, if I wasn't black, I wouldn't be here." And like by all indications from the interview, she was like smart enough to be there. It's just she was convinced she wasn't purely because of affirmative action policies.
Yeah, that's like the Dems have tried to convince us. Black people are dumb and they just need our help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait. So was she in favor of affirmative action?
I think she was. Yes, I don't remember that detail, but I think she was still in favor of
Wasn't
affirmative
she also like a
action.
first generation? Like her parents were immigrants. I think I
think
remember the one
so.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I'd have to find it and rewatch it. I don't remember
Because
the
because
details,
that
but
But yeah, she was a very well-spoken, thoughtful individual, and I think like her backstory was that her parents had come over. Was it from the Caribbean?
something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, like so she was like first generation American, and like I think the first one in her family go to college, and she still felt like it was because she was black that's why she got in.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
no, you're actually pretty sharp, so quit selling yourself short.
Mhm.
it's really sad because that is the effect that it has on people is it makes them think they're inferior.
Oh
and
yeah.
and sometimes some of the people who get in on this program are inferior because that's the reason they got in. It's not because they were superior, it's because
But
they had the right color.
no, but like I can just put myself in that situation and I know how I'd react. If I went if I applied for a job and they said people whose name starts with T, they get special priority. If I got that job and was like, but did I deserve it really? Like they had that
Exactly.
stupid T rule. Like I'm only here because of that.
And you'll never know, and it's
That's the
really
point.
tragic
Yeah.
because you will always think that you're inferior no matter where
Yeah.
you go in life.
Well, and you also have to remember some of these people, some of these colleges aren't exactly the most intelligent at making decisions. I mean, there's this one fucking person. They wrote on an application to Stanford. All they did was write "Black Lives Matter" on an application there 100 times, and they got accepted.
Mm.
So that really does speak volumes about that particular school.
Did
But
they spell
remember,
it
this
right?
is also remember this this outcome is not by accident, it's by design. The people who create these sorts of systems want black people to feel inferior because as long as black people feel inferior, they'll vote the way that they want you to. They'll
There you
The
go.
people in charge will vote the way that you want them to vote.
And
They,
they'll
they
also
they just want black people to be dependent on the Democratic Party.
yes, they're very easy to
Exactly.
persuade.
If you keep an entire population feeling like they're your inferiors, then you can manipulate them because that's how people with that attitude feel, as though they are totally dependent on you for their, what do you call it, what's the word,
Well-being,
well, yeah, well, forget it.
free
I
handouts.
lost
that
my
kind of
train
shit.
of thought.
Let's see. A girl with spiky blonde hair piped up. It could have the opposite effect and make things worse for them. I stayed silent in that conversation. He seemed to give a pitying yet generous view of himself as being concerned about the mental well-being of Pac, even while he supported educational segregation.
Oh, Pac.
By the way, the word I was thinking of was agency. Sorry.
There you go.
I'm sorry to say, he probably would have considered himself black-friendly, but I'm sure he would never put that tagline on any advertisement.
Well, first of all, I can give this person no credit because they don't capitalize black. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nope.
I thought one of my closest friends in high school was black-friendly, but then I realized she didn't really give a hoot about black people. She was white with long chestnut brown hair. We
Well,
loved
at
to.
least her hair was brown. She gets partial credit for that.
This
Yeah.
person is turning us into a fucking God, what is it? Shades of Grey kind of shit. Keep explaining how their chestnut brown hair. Oh,
My clitoris became engorged with.
just thinking about her chestnut brown hair.
We loved to lie on our backs upside down and pretend our chins were noses and laugh for hours.
Oh, so both of you were dumb.
Yeah. Wow, you sound like such interesting people.
Yes.
One day we were talking about where we'd apply for college, and I explained to her it was important that the institution be racially diverse.
Oh,
She said, "Oh, that doesn't matter to me." I was shocked. Here was one of my closest friends admitting that racial diversity had no bearing on her social or academic experience.
who cares?
She doesn't care about race.
Yes,
She doesn't-
because it's just not that important to her.
It's not supposed to be important.
Exactly.
It's supposed. If you want to treat people equally, it has to not be important, because if it's important, then that necessarily implies preference.
Keep talking about their chestnuts.
You cannot say that all races are of equal importance and still view them as important. It's not possible. It doesn't make grammatical sense.
She didn't care at
All the
all.
races are equal. It's just that whites are better.
She didn't care at all. That one of her best friends was black made no impression on her decisions.
Dun, dun, dun.
So your race wasn't a factor in her thought process.
Yeah. What a racist.
How dare she?
She's an
Fucker.
uncle. What would a female Uncle Tom be?
Oh, Jemima.
No, now it's something milling company.
Pearl Milling
pancakes.
Company, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's not Aunt Jemima. She's a pearl milling company.
Oh, and that's also like instead of Uncle Ben, now it's Ben's Original.
Well, Uncle Ben got shot, and when Spider-Man was created.
So if Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima got together and had a kid, what would that be?
I don't know.
The ultimate black person who is
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Or what's that? What's that place? Chicken and Foot Massage. Slowly, I began distancing from her, and by the time senior year came around, I spied her making out with one of our classmates who swore he would be dead by age 29. Okay, I don't know the relevance of that. I had to find.
He thinks he's dead. He thinks he'll be dead by.
She
age
was sucking
20.
face with an emo.
I had
She
to
really
find.
was white.
Yeah. I had to find out by accident at prom that they were making out since we weren't talking much anymore. I'm sure she wouldn't put black friendly or POC friendly on her Craigslist ad.
Craigslist? Does people still go to that place?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because I've never. Oh, I whatever.
Yeah, it's almost as
I've
popular
actually
as
used
meatspin.com.
Yes, Moon. You should look at meatspin.com.
No, I will not ever. I don't care if it has Garrett Hedlund's penis on it. And no, thank you.
Well, it spins you right round like a record. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would mean that it would be dead or alive, wouldn't it?
It spins Garrett Hedlund's penis right round like a record.
I had to unfriend her on Facebook when, during the midst of all racial injustice rocking the country, she surrounded herself with peonies?
What?
Peonies?
Flowers.
I think they're flowers.
Peonies.
Peonies, yeah. that's right.
Peonies.
Lots of
Peonies.
white folks, artistic self-portraits that looked like they came straight out of Camelot, and hand-painted hipster art that preached the best thing you can do for the world is be happy, said every imperialist ever.
Goddamn
Bitch, did
gentrifiers.
you move to Peru?
Are you allergic to being likable?
Sexism in gaming.
She's happy, that bitch.
That goddamn cunt.
People are carefree. Fuck them. Kill.
You're not allowed to be
Kill
happy.
the bastards.
You're supposed to be miserable and angry.
Years ago, some friends and I were playing Scattergories. When one of my friends got the MLK card, she threw it over her shoulder and said, "Oh, MLK, whoever that is." Okay, so you just hang out with stupid people.
Well, wait. This is someone in Peru. Why would they know who Martin Luther King is? He's a function of
No, they're
an
living in
American-
Peru. They're not from Peru.
Wait.
I don't know, was she in Peru at this
MLK,
time?
They're just misspelling the word milk. So they're talking about you got the milk card. It's almost like getting one of those ration cards back in the World War II. So this person got their milk card. They just forgot to spell it right. That's all. So
if a Peruvian doesn't know who Martin Luther King is, it's probably because they're in fucking Peru. Martin Luther King was an American phenomenon. The thing that he did was for American civil rights. You dumb bitch.
It gets better. Wait till he reads a bit further in the article.
Her husband, a white guy, said, "You can't say that. That's like the USA's Gandhi." Well, minus the part that Gandhi hated black people.
What?
How many black people are there in India when Gandhi was around?
Well, I mean, they have just as dark a skin as the others do, sometimes darker in some cases, but who gives a fuck if they... Gandhi hated them, so what? I guarantee you there's a lot of black people that probably hate Indian people, too.
Also, wasn't MLK, like, directly inspired by Gandhi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gave her a pass because she was from India.
Yeah, she's Indian. She's not even American.
She's from halfway across the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Would he?
What an unreasonable cunt this person is.
Would he have put POC or black friendly on his Craigslist ad?
Probably not her categories with you.
The guy who actually knew who MLK was.
Guess what?
Gandhi.
Guess what? People don't want you in their lives. They don't want you. That's why they don't put POC friendly, because it would imply all POC are welcome, but you're not, because you're an asshole.
Hey, Jack, you want to know who MLK was?
That's really the ultimate insult of the progressive mindset, is that they are all convinced that people like us want people like them in our lives. And we simply don't, because they're all cunts.
I would love this to become a trend, but only for people who are truly black friendly and not fakers. There is nothing worse than being bamboozled while having your guard down at the same time. Don't fake it till you make it. If you don't know anything about black history, if you believe that affirmative action is damaging to people of color rather than the racist attitudes and policies that destroy POC's educational experiences, if you think black people don't add one iota of value to your social or educational of life, cheat sheet, you are not black friendly.
What's with the cheat sheet? What's that got to do with anything?
I don't know.
Well, actually, affirmative action is damaging to everybody else except for minorities.
No, it's bad for everyone, including them.
Yeah. It hurts everybody equally.
If you enjoy learning about the USA history and world history from another perspective, if you admire the intellectual, artistic, and spiritual contributions of black people, if you have gained insight and strength from a relationship with a black person, if you are willing to deal with your own racism and not throw it onto black people, then you might well be black friendly.
So what I'm getting is this person isn't even black friendly.
Terry is definitely not black friendly. He had his own little checkbox. Tick, 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 tick.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Put up.
I think every ad should end with nigger lover. Just to make this author happy.
It's like at the end of the Clayton
Clayton
Bigsby.
Bigsby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He divorced his wife. When asked why, he said, "Because she's a nigger lover."
Wow.
That was back when you could have comedy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Attention, YouTube. We are quoting Hollywood. There you go.
Well, no, man, you can't quote Dave Chappelle these days anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just ask Patton Oswalt.
Yes, he was canceled for hating black people.
Oh, yeah. Shame on him. How dare he?
Go ahead. Put up the words black friendly on shop doors, doctor's offices, classroom doors. Yes, in Craigslist ads. I know that contact is not the strongest or most effective way to end racism, but it's a really good step. Let's change the mental chip. If Black Lives Matter, then you're going to have to be comfortable, open, and accepting to live among black lives.
Okay.
But
so
what if I don't
Black
want
Lives Matter.
Yeah. Okay, first of all,
Your ideas will not end racism and will make them much worse. Thank you for listening to my TED talk.
shit. I love at the bottom it says, "Thanks for reading." I'm like, so basically, you just chided us. You just chastised us for how goddamn long about not liking black people. Thanks for reading.
You know what I think's interesting? Like, of all those anecdotes, there was one common denominator, and I don't think our author really puzzled it out.
What's
Huh?
that?
The author.
Yeah.
This whole article was a Craigslist ad.
You know, I want children to feel more comfortable, so on my van I'm gonna write child friendly.
Oh.
You should give out candy and ice cream from the van as well,
Yeah.
just so they know that you mean it.
To make it more child friendly. It's genius.
Yeah, and make sure that you have a puppy or two in the van while you're at
Yes,
it.
and spray paint on the side of your van, free candy.
But you don't
Right.
want to look too scary, so maybe you should put on some dark sunglasses before inviting them in.
And
That's
have
right.
that creepy ice cream van music playing.
All right. Well, at the end of
And try and convey a relaxing tone. Hey kids, do you want to come in my van?
That
There you
sounds
go. That's
disgusting.
perfect.
all right. Well,
Any of
with
you
the
boys want some candy? I keep. It wasn't candy. It was
Popsicles.
icicles. Yeah.
They were
Popsicles.
Popsicles. I can't get the S to whistle.
Popsicles? I keep them down in my
And,
basement.
JB correctly points out only an idiot would turn down free candy. This is just objectively true.
yeah.
There you go.
You bastard.
Well,
Just wondering where the must-be-on paperboy is. Hope he'll bring me some good news.
I got myself a new paperboy.
All right, you piggly little son of a bitch. You starting to piss me off.
Doesn't he say, "You get your fat ass back here"?
all right. Well, now it's time for the second game of the night, which is for the chat only. Jack.
Then John.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack.
Who the
And
fuck
that's-
is Jack? I never heard of him.
Or I like boobs.
Jack's not here. There's only I love boobs. Or I
Yeah.
like boobs. Or whatever it says.
And that's the caption contest, where I show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a good caption for it. And whichever one we like the best, I'll tweet out after the show. So,
Johnny Hellcat says, "Fuck you, I'm playing."
I can't argue with that logic.
so this week's photo is Dr. Fauci holding up a sign saying "Fire Dr. Fauci."
Uh-huh.
Is this real or a Photoshop?
It's real. He was complaining about Rand
Complaining.
Paul's
Yeah, that's what I
website
figured.
where it says,
Oh.
"Fire Dr.
Yep.
Fauci."
Tough titties, buddy. Because you're a fucking cocksucking piece of shit. That's what you are, and you do need to get fired. You need to be in jail.
I heard from a couple people like over the radio this week. There needs to be a Nuremberg 2.0 for this piece of shit.
Yeah, there really does.
With the same stakes, I would argue too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as fire means burn alive, I support the message.
Yeah.
Oh no, he needs to have the same kind of shit that he did to those dogs happen to him.
Yeah, but none of the
That's a good
Nuremberg
point.
people got like long sentences or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they're German scientists, they got pulled over here and say, "Hey, look, make our nukes."
Let's see.
Well,
Dr. Fauci falls on his sword. Scientific consensus.
You see my new COVID slogan, CDC approved.
I'll torture more beagles if this keeps up. That's a good one. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of irony. When you get your year in review.
One cannot simply fire science.
I like that.
That was good.
Jaeger's in the lead for me.
You need to have that picture of Boromir saying that too. One does not simply fire science.
Even Fauci is finally admitting Fauci should be fired. Idiot becomes self-aware. Dr. Fauci needs to be fired out of a cannon at a wall.
Mr. Dax, see, they think I'm hot.
You should have seen the sign after I said AIDS was airborne.
Wow.
How can I be?
I think Cracker Rob is just a longer version of Jaeger ponies, so I think Jaeger's still got it.
Yeah.
Fired Dr. Foxy.
Fauci. Oh, Fauci.
Fauci.
Oh, I like it.
Just
Like,
Senator Paul
Camel.
wants to date me.
You're on the show, Camel. You can't participate.
You are fired, sir. Someone needs to bop him.
Hey, man, I see it says Jack Gunsky and Johnny Hellcat are prohibited. It didn't say anything about me.
Yeah. now he's going to add you to the list. Jack Gunsky, hate
It's
Jack
not
Gunsky.
my-
Johnny Hellcat and hate Camel.
I'm gonna have like
Not
12
my
people
fault
on this
Nobody
list.
came up with something that I thought was funny yet. Okay.
How about a blanket Johnny Hellcat and hate Camel, a blanket statement. A blanket ban, sorry.
This just proves Senator Paul wants to date me.
Thank you, Spud.
That's a great caption, Spud Gun.
Spud Gun, I love your caption.
All right. Well, I think I'll call it there. So,
Yes. His was
which
so
which one
original.
do you guys think is best?
Jaeger ponies.
I gotta go with Jaegers.
I mean, Jaeger ponies is great, but I think I like Spud Gun just because he trolled Camel.
I think I would go with Dax. I'll torture more beagles if this keeps up.
Hey Camel, what do you think?
I mean, I'm a little biased towards Spud Guns, but I mean, bringing up the Beagles, that's probably, yeah, I'd go with that one.
All right. So that's 2 for the beagles. What did you guys say?
It's the Jaeger pony, so it's 2 versus 2.
Who hasn't voted?
Well, I was the odd one out because I went with Spud. So if it's between the Beagles and what was the other one?
One
does
cannot
not
simply
simply
fire science.
Oh yeah, that one. The
Jaeger ponies, yeah.
Okay. Well, then Jaeger Pony is this week's winner.
Yay!
So I'll just copy that down so I can tweet it out later.
Senator Poole.
Senator
Senator Poole.
This man had direct involvement with the murder of Americans. I'm willing to say that the creation of this, since he is directly involved with the creation of the disease, it's akin to murder.
Dude, he
And if
has.
it's akin to
Worse than
murder,
murder.
Well, don't forget he was also instrumental in all those deaths from AIDS too.
No,
So this guy is doubly responsible.
no. Triple if you consider the Beagles.
Oh, that is true. But
but
Beagle like men.
I heard one count that suggested 5.8 or 5.4 deaths are attributed to 5.4 million deaths are attributed to COVID. In which case, that's almost the Holocaust.
Yeah.
So this man might literally actually be a reasonable comparison to Hitler
Man,
in terms
Well, I mean-
of death count.
it's too bad the Jews didn't have masks.
Mm.
I mean, at the very least, he's got the highest body count of any Italian. He's definitely beaten Mussolini.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
If you think that he is directly responsible for the creation of this disease, and honestly, I kind of do.
I think he's indirectly responsible.
Well, he definitely had his fingers in there somewhere. So he is, regardless of direct or indirect, he is
No.
on
I
the
think
list of responsible.
no, you're all overthinking it. He is the science. Science created the virus. I think it's 100% on him.
There you go.
And I do believe this is in response to Hoko 2025 Sports saying, but Trump was his boss, so it's Trump's fault. Fauci was also the science advisor or whomever for many different presidents, so it wasn't just Trump.
There was that one meme I saw. It's like, you remember that movie Dallas Buyers Club about the AIDS patients fighting to get medications and whatnot?
Yep.
The bad guy in that movie was Dr. Fauci.
Yeah. Well, and wasn't he? But didn't they find out that AZT had all sorts of bad side effects? He was like, "Come on, man, it's the medication we want to give to our AIDS patients." Yeah, it had a significant side effect, death toll as well.
It still blows my mind that, considering the AIDS pandemic and how he contributed to that that anyone gave him the time of day in the first place.
Man.
I mean, the guy is a crook, and the guy is a piece of shit, and they're treating him like he's a fucking celebrity, And you got all these dumb shit TikTok idiots that are saying, "Did you get your Fauci ouchie?" No, you guys are a bunch of fucking retards that need to wake the hell up. But they just don't. They're just happy with their heads.
Keep it in chat. Put Fauci as a Chinese name.
That's like something Wong.
Yeah, some young guy.
We too low.
Right. It's time for the third article, and that would be,
"Oh God,
I raped that exam, and other ways words destroy consent."
I raped that exam. Oh, I showed Son this picture, and she about fucking lost it. She goes, "That is so fucking stupid."
When did rape become normalized in conversation?
I
would just like to point out how confusing that sign is. I want to read it out to the audience. Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes, no means yes, no. I don't understand.
No, it quite clearly, yes, no means yes, no. It's clear as day.
And how many women wear panties that look like that with a big ass heart in the front?
So what you're saying is that it says yes, panties, no means yes, no.
Panties yes,
panties? No.
Panties yes means yes, and panties no means no.
There you go.
It was early 2020, and we were on our first date in a lovely little pub, enjoying a meal and trading life stories. But as I took a sip of my drink, my date leaned in to whisper, "Look at that fatty over in the corner. He's absolutely raping that burger."
I
That
like
guy's
this person
raping-
already.
Oh God, I love that. Look at that fatty in the corner. He's raping that burger.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun person to hang out with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest he say that on a date, but whatever.
No, well, if you think about it, he probably wanted to get away from this crazy person, and this seems like a good way to end a date.
He's raping that burger. So basically, the next time that you have a Big Mac attack, you're like, I'm gonna go rape me some burger.
Hell yeah.
This date nearly killed me, figuratively.
Damn it.
Not literally. Thanks.
Oh, damn.
I thought she meant that she nearly choked on her drink
Better rape next time.
from laughing.
I inhaled so much of my mouth full of fizzy drink that I sneezed carbonated bubbles for hours.
So you raped that drink?
Mhm.
Oh no, that drink raped her sinuses.
There you go.
She got raped by a carbonated beverage.
She had to burp it out like in Willy Wonka. Using rape in a joking or hyperbolic manner has grown popular. People substitute rape for words like destroyed, succeeded, or won, thinking, well, it's unclear what they're thinking, or if there's any cognitive activity going on at all when this word tumbles out of their mouth.
I've never heard
They don't mean
anybody-
it won. They mean destroy.
I've-
mean it in.
Who says that? I've never heard anybody use that term before when they're doing
Okay.
something like that.
I've heard people describe like something that didn't go well. The article starts off like I raped that exam. No, I've heard people say like I got raped by that exam
Yeah.
or something to that effect.
Or
But-
rape that burger
I
doesn't
have
sound...
heard it in like.
But I haven't heard anybody say anything like that since like high
I've-
school.
I've heard people say it in a similar context. I just don't care.
Well,
No, I
but
mean, but I've heard it in like a video game context where it'll be like we raped that other team.
Yeah,
and
I haven't
meaning
heard it like that
it was a
since high
convincing
school.
victory.
I'm guessing that hamburger didn't give that guy consent. So,
But no,
But even
Camel,
if it
Camel
is said
right.
that way-
It's high school.
Even if it is said that way, who gives a shit? I
exactly.
mean, get a fucking life. What
Oh,
you think saying rape causes rape to happen?
I didn't get this author's name, by the way. Sorry.
Get,
mean,
get
that's
a
what
life is
the-
dead shaming.
That's what this author is literally suggesting, that saying the word rape in perhaps a flippant manner
Diane
causes
Alexander.
rape to happen.
Dina Alexander.
Get
Moon.
fucked, you crazy
thank you.
bitch.
But no, get a life is dead shaming, and we are gonna have to tell Ghastly.
Yeah.
But the whole start of that paragraph using rape in a joking or hyperbolic manner. One of the funniest jokes I've ever heard was a rape joke, and it was told to me by a woman.
Oh,
So
Well,
internalize
the
misogyny.
next words, hey Camel, the next words out of your mouth better goddamn be that joke.
she said, "What? How did it go again? Because this was a long time ago." She said, "It's not rape if you yell surprise first. Then it's just surprise
There you go.
sex. And who doesn't love surprises?"
I like one that I heard from Sargon. Did you know that 9 in 10 people approve of gang rape?
Yeah, I love that one. That's a classic.
Also great for when you hear people talk about wanting democracy, direct democracy.
Yeah, but there was a YouTube channel called Diana Davison, and she used to do the rape joke of the week at the end of every video. So that if you like rape jokes, go find some of her old stuff.
Also, if we're not allowed to joke or be hyperbolic about rape, like, does that mean we can't say we like murdered something jokingly or hyperbolically?
Because that will cause murder to happen if
Yeah.
you have the brain of a 3-year-old.
Well, here I've got a picture of this person. However, it looks like she used filters like you would see on a fucking cell phone to quote unquote improve a picture.
I find this to be an even less convincing version of the video games cause violence argument. Like witnessing a a poor comparison to the real thing somehow causes the real thing to happen. I'm sorry, but no.
Okay, Keeve just said something awesome. Someone raped my ears. Now I have hearing aids.
I do like Mr. Dax too. Says, to be
That's
honest,
pretty good.
rape jokes are a bit forced.
Listen, that one's a bit overused. I've heard that a few
Yeah.
too many times.
This is like
Hey, I appreciate the classics. Okay.
this is like
I
that.
feel like
It's-
Spud Gun.
Do you want to be raped? No, that's the spirit.
This is like that.
Spud Gun says he stopped the rape from happening by stopping chasing her. No, okay, that's good.
This is like the Law and Order SVU episode they did in response to when Daniel Tosh got in trouble for making a rape joke.
Oh God, that was a horrible
Yeah.
episode.
And it's like, they start with like a stand-up comic making jokes about rape, which sound like they were written by women. And then like outside, a bunch of guys are like, yeah, let's rape this woman.
What?
It was like the most heavy-handed, stupid thing ever. I mean, what do you expect? It's Law and Order SVU.
Keeper Dam, I appreciate that one too. That's a good one.
SVU, they're the same people who did the Gamergate episode, weren't they?
Yeah.
They've done a bunch of I think they've probably done more of the rip from the headlines episodes than the original Law and Order. Because like they did Gamergate, they did Daniel Tosh, they did Mel Gibson. Remember the Mel Gibson getting pulled over?
I don't watch Law and Order. I just think it's boring.
Well, it was funny because they had no. I think that one was actually a Law and Order one because it was Chevy Chase was playing Mel Gibson pretty much.
Let's see. It used to be a generational thing, something only those under 20 would be foolish enough to say, but that's no longer the case. I raped him in that game, a male friend of mine bragged last month, referring to a new high score in an online game. You're in your 40s, mate. Grow up. Oh, they're either British or Australian.
Cannibalistic wizard, shame on you.
Don't put shame on him. That is
fine.
awesome.
Yes, it is.
And Keeve is really delivering tonight. She's had a few of them.
Knife works.
You rape it, we scrape it.
I'm pretty sure that our chat is being marked by YouTube as a hazardous zone. We're like a FEMA site by this point.
How did rape lose its meaning? One explanation is trivialization. Other words with serious meanings, such as murder and kill, are also trivialized.
There you go. That's to your point, Jack.
Hey, and Terry, they even spelled it right too, right? With the S instead of a Z.
Perfect.
Get out of here.
If my date had said that fatty is murdering that burger, it would also be wrong.
Well, I agree. That would be wrong because it would have been the butcher that sold it to the restaurant. You gotta go down the food chain a bit to find out who actually murdered that burger.
I just like the idea of like that guy saying, that guy's murdering that burger, and then someone else overhears that and it's like, I should murder someone.
Like suggestion.
Well, no, it's this author.
It'd be like if Mark
ultimately-
David Chapman was sitting at McDonald's and overheard that date. Yes.
This author is ultimately going to lean towards the same argument as microaggressions. that having these things build up over time to create a greater impact than anyone at a no, you're just an idiot. You're a moron. Get fucked, you dumb cunt.
What do you call a gun that rapes someone? An assault rifle.
But
I know. I'll take that one from you, Camel.
But it probably wouldn't have made me snort lemonade. Wait, I thought you said it was a fuzzy drink.
Yeah.
Or
It's
fizzy.
fuzzy
Not
lemonade.
carbonated.
Fizzy, yeah. But, I don't know. Is lemonade carbonated?
I mean, I guess if
Sometimes.
they've got it at the fountain
You
station, like the pink lemonade drinks or whatever.
Yeah, I think Country Time actually makes because they make a carbonated limeade too. I think. I
You
like
can
lemonade.
make a carbonated lemonade. It's not difficult.
I don't know. I'm
Just-
suspicious is all. Substituting eat or succeed with rape has more severe consequences thanks to rape culture. We live in a society where we are exposed to rape jokes, eroticized rape depictions, and view rape as something that only happens to
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
those who didn't say
Okay.
no clearly enough.
Author, I'm going to call your bluff right now. I think that we should get rid of all instances of rape from the culture in order to stop rape from happening. So, who's going to tell all the rap artists?
Mm.
You got to tell all the rap artists you're not allowed to say rape anymore in any of your music.
Yeah, well,
Who's
those are
gonna tell 'em
men,
that?
so those are men, so she'd be fine. We know rape is serious, but we don't take it seriously. Well, I mean, some people take it seriously. We want to know what the victim wore, how they behaved, how forcibly they said no and pushed someone away. Are you sure you said no? How did you say it? Did you enunciate it? Saying no is no longer enough, thanks to rape culture.
Bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
Illocutionary disablement is a tricky concept to understand. Langston used it to highlight the detrimental effect of pornography and showed how certain people lose the power of their words. An example would be in an Islamic country where a male can say, Mutalaka, mutalaka, mutalaka. Literally meaning divorce, divorce, divorced. When a husband says these words to his wife, he divorces her, provided other conditions are fulfilled. But it doesn't apply if a wife says it to her husband. Yeah, that's kind of a Muslim thing.
Yeah.
So are you saying that the Muslim people are wrong for doing this? How dare you?
Such Islamophobia.
All
I mean, I'm
All-
starting to agree that maybe Islam is right about women.
all cultures are equal, people.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cultures are beautiful.
Except for the black people who are inferior.
And doesn't Islam also have the whole thing where if a woman gets raped, she gets like stoned or whatever?
Unless she has
Yep.
4 witnesses.
Yeah. She doesn't have the illocutionary power to divorce her husband because her words hold no legal consequence. Another example of illocutionary disablement is voting. If you don't meet the legal criteria for voting in the country you live in, you can't vote. Well, I mean, depends.
Good. I mean,
As dis-
do you really want infants voting?
I mean, some do. As discussed above, illocutionary disablement is a situation in which the speaker lacks the required authority for one's speech to perform the intended illocutionary act. Oh, so this is the whole prejudice plus power thing.
Yeah.
If we consider the act of rape, we can understand illocutionary disablement as a mechanism in which the word no, even when combined with refusal actions, has lost its meaning. The word no is illocutionary disabled. Langston blames pornography because women are often portrayed as resisting a sexual act. She performs the appropriate illocutionary act, but her no is not respected. Well, it would kind of be a shitty porn if it just stopped at no. Pornography tells us she only says no and performs these refusal actions to arouse the man. Her no is fake.
Yeah, because she's acting.
No, she's
There is
really...
also such a thing as playing hard to get. And there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of women who are very pissed off because, like, guys are scared to persist because they'll get accused of harassment. Like, no, I
Yeah.
was
And
trying to goad you into pursuing me. You're not supposed to give up.
yeah, and there are women who are, I hate to say this because it sounds kind of fucked up, but it's true. There are women who kind of want to be held down. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm not
Some
saying
bitches
that
like to
you
get
should
choked.
do it.
I mean, there's all
Yeah.
kinds of kinks.
Yeah. That's just reality. Sex is a strange thing, and it affects people in very different ways. And this person is being extremely obtuse about it.
Some of them want you to call them a dirty, dirty whore while slapping them in the face and spitting in their mouth. I mean, just whatever, floats their boat.
Stop talking about your personal life, Camel. We're trying to read an article.
Yeah. That's why that's the first thing I always do, to weed out the right ones. This teaches adolescent boys that women who say no mean yes. Women who resist and say no also mean yes. This is the danger of pornography.
It's not a porn thing. It happens in real life. Women will say no, and they mean try harder. They don't mean go away.
Would our author also feel the same way about pornography, where it's the reverse situation, where a man says no and the woman still, gets on top of him and does the deed?
You can't rape a man. Raping men never happens. It literally never happens ever, and you're a sexist. Go away.
No. It is legally defined so that a woman can't rape anyone because it needs to be penetration by a penis.
Well, no, I was just talking about because she's focusing on the word no at this point in regards to her argument about rape. So there are videos out there where for whatever reason, a dude's tied up or what have you, and he says no, and she goes on anyway.
Yeah, that's not rape because there's no penile penetration from the perpetrator.
Hey, if men can get pregnant and have give birth, then they can be raped. Okay.
Nope, incorrect.
That's very transphobic of you, Terry.
No, I think it's transphobic of the law. They need to update the law to recognize that women can be rapists too.
They need to update the law to recognize the feminine penis.
Exactly.
And the male vagina.
Also,
the mangina.
Yes.
No, the mangina is sacred. You will not desecrate it.
So if it's a mangina, would it be like a femis? A femus?
That works too. But I think mangina is just a funnier word.
It's in utero.
Hey, don't mess with Nirvana albums. It is eroticized the refusal of sex, and overpowering women has become exciting, a true conquest for men. When pornography is used as a learning tool without any mediating factors, like positive role models, it eradicates consent and leaves real-life women with no possibility to refuse. When the word no has lost its meaning, misinformed men go out into the real world and believe the word no, and all the refusal acts are fake. Nothing a real-life rape victim says or does will count as refusing sex. They are illocutionary disabled. Shouldn't it be illocutionarily?
This is the Belle Knox episode of SVU. She's going on about. She keeps talking about porn and the word no.
Belle Knox?
The Duke University student who was financing her college education by doing pornography.
Is that the one who faked getting raped by the lacrosse team?
No. She was just outed as being a porn actress while she was in college. Like that's all to her story. But they made a Law and Order SVU episode based off of that premise, that where she ended up getting raped because she was doing hardcore, rape fantasy porns to pay for her college, and a couple of her, classmates or whatever saw it and raped her.
Well, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's one of the new episodes, and so it's really not good at all. It's almost as bad as the Daniel Tosh one, but not as bad as the Gamergate one.
Yeah, Gamergate is on its own other level.
Although I do give that one credit because I got to see Ice-T shoot Logan Paul.
No, but Gamergate is awesome just because of how long it's lasted. Like They're still bitching about it. What is it? 8 years
Well-
later?
Well, yeah, Gamergate is responsible for every bad thing that's ever happened.
Yeah. Everything since 2014 is
It's
Gamergate's
all
fault.
connected.
Gamergate is the only thing that happened before Trump got elected because, as we all know, when Trump got elected, that's when time began.
Yeah.
So this is like the Gamergate. That's like pre the Big Bang.
Yes, exactly.
Prehistoric.
When rape becomes a joke, something we use to say how well we did on an exam or how much we enjoyed a meal, this illocutionary disables. It's illocutionarily. It has to be an adverb. Disables genuine rape victims from speaking up. Like the boy who cried wolf, no one will listen. Using the word
Well,
rape
maybe
as
if the boy who cried wolf told him that the wolf raped him, they would have given him more credence. Who knows?
I mean, I would pay attention if someone said that. I mean, how often do people get raped by wolves?
Wolf rape is a very serious thing, people.
Mm.
I mean, she was asking for it. She was wearing a red hood, walking alone in the woods.
Yeah. Using the word rape as a joke is not legally wrong, but it is morally wrong, because it covertly minimizes the seriousness of sexual assaults.
I don't think there's ever been a case where a woman has reported a rape and then the police have gone, "Oh, you mean in a video game, right?" It's like, no, that doesn't happen.
It was in
I
Minecraft,
wonder-
wasn't it? Yeah. What were you wearing in Minecraft?
I wonder if
Yeah.
there's ever been an incidence of rape and the woman is like, he raped me, but it was only after. He said that he raped an exam, and then he felt like raping me.
Alright, well, now it's time for the final game of the night.
This is the best game in Moonshock.
Is Moon back yet?
It's B.
No, I guess
The
Moon's not
answer's
back
B.
yet. Alright, well, it's time for Poe or No Gender Edition, where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're completely
It's
real,
B.
and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. Alright,
All right,
and
I'm back. Sorry about
Poe
that.
or No Gender Edition, where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
yep.
Only one of them is made up, Camel.
Alright,
I beg to differ.
so gender A. Friend gender. Gender that feels strongest when the individual is in the friend zone or otherwise romantically unattached.
A.
Oh my god. Fuck you.
A.
Gender B. Noob gender.
Mm.
Xenogender exclusive to neurodivergent people relating to Roblox noobs.
What? The fuck is a Roblox noob?
Okay, that is definitely real. If that is fake, then Frosted, you're a genius. Fuck you.
And gender C. Subaru gender.
Subaru.
Gender in which the person identifies with the dirt road and the dark starry sky.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something like they identified with having 4-wheel drive.
Alright, so I'll make a poll for the chat so they can get in on it.
And,
Gender for an okay vehicle that most people buy used.
So what was noob gender? It was something completely bizarre.
Let's see.
Roblox
That is-
something.
Xenogender exclusive to neurodivergent people relating to Roblox noobs.
I'm gonna go with A on this one. Because B is definitely real. Let's get it's too fucking autistic to be fake. And
I'm gonna say C because Subaru gender and it doesn't involve like lesbians going on camping trips or something. Seems a little fishy to me.
I agree. I'm going C.
I figured Subaru gender would be a butch lesbian.
See, the only reason I'm hesitant on C is because the description is not directly related to Subarus in specific. So I'm like, I mean, that sounds like something.
That's why I feel like Frost is kind of tipping his hand there.
Well, the reason why
No, because why would you create a definition and not actually include something very specific to the thing in the definition?
And with A, I'm wondering why. Because
he's got a whole game where he's competing with verified mental illness, Jack. I mean,
the way that he identified or defined the first one, I'm surprised he didn't make it friend zone gender if that one was the fake one. I still think that A is fake and that it should have been like friend zone gender the way he described it. But you never know.
B, Frosted, if B is real, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ginger ass. You hear me?
All right. So, what are your final votes?
I say A.
I'll say A.
I'm sticking with C.
C.
So no one's going B. Jack, you better go with B anyway.
All right. It looks like the chat is leaning A with C close behind.
And Frosted, what is your answer?
Yeah, Frosted, which one's fake?
Well, you'll find out in a sec. All right. And the answer is A is fake.
Oh, yeah!
Yes!
And high five.
All right. Now let's take a look at the flags.
Oh, God, noob gender is going to be hilarious.
Oh, please tell me the Subaru gender is going to be like an ugly, MS Paint job. I'm begging. We have not had nearly enough horrible MS. Oh!
Well, there's noob gender.
That's pretty
What is
shitty.
the R? I don't get the R.
For Roblox.
Oh.
I thought it was for retarded.
Okay.
That too.
Like I said, it's got to be real. It's the most autistic thing I've ever heard.
All right. And let's see. And here's the one for Subaru gender.
Team Rocket gender flag.
Yes!
I knew it. I knew that emblem was going to be there. I freaking knew it.
Yes!
You think if someone
Shitty
like
MS Paint job.
You think if someone like flew that flag, they could get sued by Subaru?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Because that's a trademark right there that they're
And if so, would
You
that be
can't
legal
sue
discrimination?
Me, it's my gender.
Could they sue for discrimination back?
No, I mean, like they'll be getting sued for copyright infringement or something. Trademark violation.
Identify as a Subaru.
Hey, Frosted, I have an idea for the next time.
Oh, yeah.
What you could do instead of creating one, put like a D. Oh, actually, no, you probably could do it, but also put an added twist of like D, none of the above.
Don't make it harder.
Like if you created 3 fake ones.
Maybe someday. You'll never know. All right. And now, time for our last article. And that is, some black people are poisoned by white supremacy. Stay away from them.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh, is this your Uncle Tom story?
Well, you'll find out.
Jaron Mays.
J-Ron. Oh, we'll look this up. It's
So
J-Ron.
So basically, they're going to give like the anti-vaxxer argument and apply it to black people.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
this
going to
guy's,
come after people like me, the subconscious coon.
this guy's big and buff, man. He's gonna kick your ass. This guy almost looks like freaking Talcum X, only he's an actual black guy.
I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass.
Here you go. Here's our author right there in chat.
Let's
Looks
be
like
honest.
He's gonna kill a white man.
Let's be honest. There's a civil war going on within the black community. Progressive-minded black people versus niggas.
They spelled it wrong. They spelt it wrong, but I'll give them credit for.
Oh.
Braniel is across the room, slowly showing me pictures of all the authors. Just turns the computer. This is what this author looks like, and I'm like, oh shit.
It's like in Red Dragon when he's in the wheelchair being shown the slideshow.
It's Sean
Do you
King.
see?
No, see what I'm thinking of more like a Clockwork Orange, where my eyes are being held open. I'm forced to see these ugly ass authors one by one.
Do
This
you
guy.
see the becoming? Do you see?
Well, I mean, this guy does those stupid black and white pictures like Sean King does to make him look like his white ass talcum frickin' skin is much darker shade. But yeah,
I thought it was to draw attention away from those Coke bottle glasses.
Oh, I know those glasses are ugly as fuck. I mean, he does not have.
Yeah,
Those lenses are thick.
Yeah. Black Waldo isn't a looker.
Does he have like the really huge Malcolm X style glasses?
No.
Yeah.
Think of the nerdy glasses from 7 Days. They almost look like those.
Yeah. We have inflation of niggas in our community that continually cause is a wedge between us to distract us from fighting the real enemy that's in front of us every day, which is systematic white supremacy.
And
Not all
proper
one
grammar.
Yeah, you want to throw a comma in there, maybe?
I just like that continual cause.
Yeah.
Maybe people don't think black people are stupid. Maybe they just think you're stupid. You ever contemplate that?
And here's a quote from some book. Here we are, the mothers and fathers of supreme civilization, living with the most uncivilized state of mind, called nigga. Nigga is a state of mind that leads to a state of existence. Nigga is the state of mind and existence in which we now live. So here we are. Akil, author of the book From Niggas to Gods.
What?
Wow,
it's okay, Susan. Frost had identified it as black before he read the article.
That passage was absolutely meaningless.
Yep.
Reminds me of that Chris Rock
It
bit.
didn't say anything. What the fuck did it say? It didn't say anything.
Oh,
Okay,
it's like somebody
no,
has-
it did say something. It said, "Here we are, the mothers and fathers of supreme civilization."
Shut the fuck up.
It said, "Hi everyone. Here, everyone in damn, I forgot how it went.
Too late.
All right. Dusty niggas in the black community.
That almost sounds like the title of one of your sad libs.
I just
It just got me
read
thinking about
Campbell's
Ashley Larry.
comment.
That's all.
Ashley Larry.
Well, you guys don't know about Ashley Larry?
Oh, I know about Ashley Larry.
Okay.
All across America, we have an epidemic that's been going on longer than COVID-19, and that's the dusty nigga epidemic. Now, I grew up in the South. Born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And when I go to these different hoods around the city sometimes, they are just flooded with dusty niggas. And the thing is, a lot of times, a lot of good black men get lumped in with the dusty niggas. What I want people to understand is that dusty niggas do not represent the average black man.
You know what kind of surprises me? This is a black author, yet he does not capitalize the B.
Or the N. We need to start differentiating these dusty niggas from the solid brothers we have out here that are productive and progressive members of the black community.
Okay. Please tell us, what defines a dusty nigga?
The dust.
Well, have you
What is
seen
it
the
that-
picture of the author?
Because all you've said, they're just saying the word nigga over and over again and expecting it to mean something. You haven't said anything.
Well, they're about to define it.
Somewhere, maybe.
And by the way, I like how in this section where they have the enlarged text, they still have that grammar error.
Yeah.
That continually cause our wedge between us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, in the first one it was is Wedge, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, either way, it's wrong. For starters, let's define what a dusty nigga is.
We're
Dusty-
only what 3 paragraphs,
wait,
4 paragraphs. in?
I already know that this definition is not going to define what a dusty nigga is.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to
what?
tell you that right now.
It's not just common knowledge what a dusty nigga is? Come on. Dusty niggas are just black men who have been beaten down by this white supremacist system to the point where they've given up and accepted defeat.
How does that make them dusty?
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Ironic.
I'm pretty sure that what I said earlier was more correct. Ashy Larry. That would be more of a.
No, but if you really want to know what it means, it just means black people who act white, who aren't in the
Carlton.
the
Carlton was
appropriate
a dusty
intelligent.
Well, I mean,
Because as people, that acting white, as far as I can tell, just means acting intelligent, and
Correct.
acting black seems to be equivalent to acting like a fool, because
Correct.
that's all I ever see it represented as. I've never seen acting black represented as acting intelligent. I've never seen it, and I would love to see an example. Show me the example. I would love to see it.
Now, see, this dude, when you go further in the paragraph, he's just literally trying to make the Chris Rock bit sound more intellectual.
Mm-hmm.
ironically, they've waved the white flag. They've accepted a low-level, dusty life. No ambition, no goals, and if they do have goals, it's something small like buying a bunch of Air Jordans or getting rims for their car. They live for trivial nigga shit, smoking, drinking, and fucking.
I now identify as a dusty nigga.
He lives for smoking, drinking, and fucking. Good job.
That's why I choose to separate myself from them, because they don't represent me and I don't represent them. We may be in the same race, but we don't have the same mindset. Black folks like myself are about building, and these dusty niggas are about destroying. I look at them no different than Klansmen, than Klansman singular. They are my enemy. Just coon-ass niggas because have... No, wait. Let me read it as it's written. Just coon-ass niggas because have this coon mentality where they are dusty and they want everyone else around them to be dusty like them.
What?
So
So
the
the
author's
Can I just?
the author's assertion is that he's one of the smart ones, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the, Keith says so. The black version of Wiggers.
I tried to say it in chat, but I think it got censored. Niggin ain't easy.
I mean, it sounds like he's just describing the black version of white trash.
Yes.
Yeah. Congratulate you. You discovered white trash. It exists everywhere. It exists all over the planet in one form or another. There are people who live like this because they don't really feel compelled to live any other way. And guess what? That's their prerogative. They live in America. Get over yourself.
Describe a pirate. Thank you. That's a good one. Back in my day, dusted niggas were just dudes strung out on PCP.
I don't know why that took a second to kind of hit me.
So if you're a young brother that's reading this, learn to keep your distance from these dusty niggas, because all they are going to do is try to get you sucked up into their world. They're real good at playing mind games with these young folks' minds into getting them to believe that up is down and down is up. Don't let them trick you out of your position and have you in the mix with them, because they ain't gonna be shit.
This is a very intelligent man speaking. I can tell by the way that he uses words so eloquently and with great grammar and,
He's a
and
wordsmith.
purpose.
Yeah, like when you said just coon-ass niggas because have this coon mentality.
He is truly a dustless nigger. That much is clear.
His nigginess is dust free.
He's a dust
Correct.
repellent nigga.
He's got a HEPA filter up in his nigginess.
So for those in the black community, when you think I can, remember what CAN stands for. Coon-ass niggas.
Oh. Oh my god.
Don't be a dusty nigga, be a HEPA nigga.
Mm.
Okay, so
HEPA Americans.
Hep has been told you.
have you appealed back yet to Medium and say, why is my account still under investigation, and when is it ever going to be not under investigation again?
It will
I
never
think they
be.
just forgot.
It will
Nah, I
never be it'll never not be under investigation.
Man, there are articles calling black people coons, and I got in trouble for making fun of a lady's teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you spell everything correctly? I think you might have gave away the game if you did.
Did
You gotta throw in some bad punctuation and some misspellings. You know.
Did you use F instead of TH in teeth? Oh, gonna get
spell it like
Terry
teeth like
took off.
that, and they won't block you.
Yeah. My teeth hurt whenever I brief.
That wasn't funny.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So I'm just going to shill out my co-host and guest. For the first time in a while, Jack is actually going to have Quippers United this weekend.
What?
That's right. For a dustless time.
For one
Come
time
to
only.
Quippers United.
You hear that? He doesn't allow black people.
Yeah.
No, you can be black. You just gotta be dustless.
Well, why don't you tell them what time? And is it going to be your normal Jack Gunsky channel, or is it going to be?
It is on Sunday at 7 p.m. EST on the Quippers United channel.
There you go.
That's right. And let's see. Moonshock has his Twitch channel linked in the description where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, you know what Mangina is if you did.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
right,
visit Meatspin, you'll like it.
Yeah.
No.
And that goes for
No.
everyone in chat. Visit Meatspin. It's a delightful site.
No. Do not.
Moonshot, you can see Garrett Hedlund's penis spinning around.
No. That is not it. Don't lie.
All right, I just put the link in the chat for Moon's Twitch channel.
You had better not have fucking put in meat spin, dude. I will hurt you.
And let's see. Terry is on One Ton Hammers and Della Hayes Minions of the Zoo Nights. He's on Johnny Hellcat streams. He's on Six of Sober streams. What am I missing?
Some idiot named Jack recently restarted his game stream, so I'll be playing that as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right.
That guy's an asshole.
He really is.
Luckily, we have I Like Boobs instead.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
And anything you want to shill, Camel?
Only thing that I've really got going on is I'll stream with Johnny when that's available, and usually I'm on with him on Minions Thursday nights as well.
All right.
So those are the two channels, Minions and Johnny Hellcat.
All right. Well, we should be back next week, same time, not the same time as this week, but on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys next week, and until then, Remember to stay away from dusty ass niggas.
Correct.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.